Ugh, we're so back. That's what they say. Quarter circle back heavy slash. I see. Sorry, is that an invincible DP? Okay.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Gonna say Eno. Beautiful.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Which is pretty low for a Guilty Gear Strive tier list. Yeah. Could you hit me with the side stream? Since we had a little reset.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
You can do it after this match if you want. Okay. Mark this as yet another year where we will not have Nights into Dreams Christmas stuff to stream. I'd always love to do that as an end of year event. However, in order to do that, you have to beat Nights into Dreams, and although Nights into Dreams is not a long game, I found out earlier this year that you have to get a certain rank on every level in order to reach the final content, and then, you know, complete the game, and then get the Christmas DLC. So that has not happened yet. Because although Nights is an interesting game, I am not so beholden to it that I care enough about ranks to go and replay those levels after I've beaten them. I do not know how to get certain ranks in that game. The algorithm for it is a little wonky. I think the thing is that you have to. I read that you have to just finish the level quick, so you have lots and lots of bonus time to go collect things. And so that's the whole idea is finish fast first, and then with the remaining timer ticking down, you're supposed to go back through and collect things. But it's one of those things where I already am not a super big fan of score attacking most games, and then take the ones in Nights into Dreams, which, you know, although they're relatively short, if I wind up getting a bad score on one of them, I don't feel like redoing all that work. And some of the bosses are an absolute pain to fight. And so I just have been putting it off. I don't even know how much content is in the Christmas pack. It might be, you know, hardly even a stream's worth. It could be less than an hour for all I know. And if I'm not even good at Nights into Dreams, then it could be even less. But yeah. Maybe one day.
Are you ready?
Oh my god!
Here comes Daredevil.
I'm gonna drive Shifu away by talking about politics. Right now!
Duel 1.
You better like trains. Mhm. You should put your Elphelt in the hat and do a new Elphelt versus new Elphelt.
Slap. Duel 2. Let's rock.
Yeah, I know. Hey, speaking of Smash Bros, I have. Oh, you got hit by that. I have had some strange pangs, to like of interest to play Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl 2. No, but the thing is that this time it does look fun. Last time I was like, okay, you know, we'll give it a try. It looks rough, but it's from the Slap City devs, and I trust them, so we'll see what's going on. But it looks like they finished it this time. Like, it looks like a more complete game. It has a complete oh, Girls Rock. It has a complete single player mode with like with voiced story bits and roguelike elements. It actually has voice acting on launch this time. Yeah, it's true. They did not bring back every character. I speculate it's because then they can resell them as DLC. Cause it's a lot of the popular ones like Toph. They took out Leonardo and Michelangelo, so they can put in Donatello and Raphael, and I'm pretty sure that those are two of the lesser popular turtles compared to the more popular aforementioned. But in any case, what? Yeah, I don't know. But I think it's kind of gutsy that they went and just dropped some characters out of the roster in order to do some new ones. It looks like they've got more diversity in the roster now. They've still got some weird picks. Um, they have a meter mechanic, which, from what I can tell, kind of has the clutch button effect. From Slap City. Nope. Um, and so, um, mechanically, it has a lot more going on now. From what I can tell, like, you have basically a meter that you build up, and you can spend it on either making EX versions of your moves, or like basically bursting. Um, and so like for Smash Bros. Turns, what that means is stopping your momentum. So if you're getting launched, then you essentially freeze yourself, and don't die. Um, really kind of interesting. Um, I think grabs have been changed too. I don't think it's the old method where you just kind of pick someone up and throw them like an item. Which, so I have not seen people's various combo videos. The issue with the first one, which was like, grab, throw, do a couple jumping lights, and then grab, throw, and loop that until you smack someone down and light meteor them off the stage. Like just carry them off, which is good. The visuals are a lot more polished. Um, yeah, just to say, it's like, oh, you know what it is? It's like when the original Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl had a rough start, and then Multiverses was showing out, and it's this feeling of, oh wait, maybe they'll land it. That's what this now feels like. So like, Multiverses showed up Nickelodeon All Star Brawl, and now Nickelodeon All Star Brawl 2 is doing that sort of showing up in turn. Multiverses? I am happy for that. I think it's interesting that I mean, I'll be honest. I was fooled for a while. I just kind of assumed like, oh, like the game is the game is of kind of official by now, and it will probably die, and that's okay. Um, but no, it's just it was still considered in beta, which is a little weird considering that it definitely went for, sale price and everything.
Here comes Daredevil.
Oh boy, what? Oh, I thought you meant hitbox. I was like, what the? I mean, it's the fight stick, I think.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
You know what? I think it's referring to um Pluto, the hit work from Naoki Urasawa, now adapted into anime on Netflix, retelling the story of Astro Boy in a mature, gritty way. No, it's literally Astro Boy. Yeah, it is an Astro Boy adaptation. Um, and apparently it's excellent. No, by the guy who made Monster, which is why it's cool, right? Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Tezuka has really, like, Tezuka's work, kind of looks like it's for children, but he had a pretty wide range of topics. Like, he did some stuff, Marvelous Melmo, for example, which was like, it was sort of a weirdo kind of supposed to be sex education show, but kind of didn't do that very well, but that was what it was sort of funded as, I think. Um, and so there's that, as you mentioned, uh, Dororo being something that's more like violent and dark. Blackjack, you know, even Astro Boy had its, you know, dark moments where he just kind of, you know, will just coldly fuck someone up. This is a robot, you know. But anyways, the real reason why it couldn't be Tezuka doing this this version of it is because Tezuka has been dead for a while. Yeah. No, the anime just came out. The manga is from some time back, but it's still relatively recent. Let me get you a date on that. But yeah, the Netflix anime just came out. Okay, the manga was further back than I thought, 2003 to 2009. I do remember some concerns about the anime adaptation, in that I remember this was around the time when Netflix was like, "Hey, we're gonna start using AI to help animators, you know, whatever," and no.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
You mean I got a cannon on my arm? I can fly around and stuff. Pretty cool. That's more like a 7 game. Yeah. Might have been. I don't remember. In any case, I've heard people really like the anime. It looks beautiful. Let's find this video on that. No.
Everyone together.
Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Let's see. It was Studio M2. Uh-oh. Hidden. I believe in you. Your level is 10 points higher.
Duel 1. Let's rock. Duel 2. Let's rock.
Studio M2 did the Pluto anime, and they've done almost nothing before this. Like, it looks like they had worked on. Okay, here's one thing that they did do on their Onihei. Let's see, and this is coming from a novel,
Duel 1.
2017.
Let's rock.
Yeah, all they've done is seemingly they made a movie in 2017, and then like an OVA off of that, I think. Or sorry, no, it's a TV anime. Then they made a movie and an OVA. I think all from that sort of No, the movie was something else. So I done Onihei, Garo, Guren no Suki, or Garo Crimson Moon. And that was basically it. And then they did the Pluto anime. I would love to give it a watch sometime. No. I mean, it is a molasses kind of show. Monster is, but from what I understand, the Netflix anime is 8 episodes long. I'm sure it will have more, but to start, it's just an 8 episode thing. And although it's obviously a more like slow version of Astro Boy, you know, like most of the time when you see the titular Astro Boy, aka Adam, in Japan, he doesn't look like Astro Boy, right? He looks like a kid in a t-shirt and a hoodie, you know. Yeah. It's a lot more melodramatic, I think, than like the source material. Yeah, my anime list pins it as action, mystery, sci-fi, suspense, with detective and psychological themes aimed at a seinen crowd. So. You know what else is bad? Sega of America attempting to lay off a bunch of workers that have been working on unionizing and bargaining. But yeah. The difference between you and me and commodity is commodity. Which doesn't make me put landing gear on the tornado too. Aha! So far, so good. I don't think he knows what. You know what? No, I don't, I'm gonna take that back. Depends on your iteration of Tails. Yeah. Modern Tails definitely knows about OSHA and respects it. Yeah. Bust your knee. Um,
Jellyfish.
I said bust your knee.
Duel
No. No, he does not have a bust your knee. Sadly. That's Captain Falcon. Yeah. Um. let's see. But yeah. It seems that with game industry layoffs being in high swing right now, um, a bunch of these Sega employees are on the chopping block. Meanwhile, they're part of Aegis CWA, um, allied with Communication Workers of America, and so um, basically they're not going to take it, and they're bringing it to court so that the National Labor Relations Board can address the case. It might not prevent the layoffs, unfortunately, but they are going to take them through the process, hold them to it. No way. Well, and this is Sega of America, and this is not to diminish the situation, but it's not like it's Sega developers, right? It's the Sega of America workers who help to bring Sega content stateside and whatnot. And there are Sega of America developers as well. I can only imagine, say, the team that worked on the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. You know, I think that was quite a bit of American staff members, and so they might have been in the Sega of America, under that as like the Sega social team. Um, but yeah, sucks. But thankfully they're not taking it. Yep. Mhm. Yep. Yep. Well, it certainly helps that if you could lay a bunch of people off, then it can make your quarterly reports look better, right? Because now you're paying people less. Your profits look bigger, whatever. Your revenue. Yeah. But they can do it, and they will. And so, who cares? Who cares if they know? That's kind of the thing about capitalism, is that it doesn't matter so much who knows at some point, right? We're at the point of knowing. It happens when, say, like, hey, we can have shows like Andor exist, and make very uh, discrete statements about these things, and yet, the knowing part is only, unfortunately, a small part of the battle when you know these administrative douches and economic leaders can basically. No, sorry. When I meant discrete, I meant like not discrete as in I mean as like conspicuous or like outline. There's like a couple versions of discrete that sound the same. I don't mean it. I mean it as the like separate and distinct, as opposed to that's discrete, as opposed to EET, which is like
Everyone
the
together?
careful or intentionally unobtrusive. Yeah. hmm
We've got it. Are you ready?
There's the article on the Sega thing, by the way. I did not post it before. Um, Mhm. Speaking of anti-fascism, if you would like to, uh, um, if you're feeling like, damn, I wanna be a part of something, check out this calendar of resistance for Palestine events and actions around the world. Uh, good source of allocated information on what's happening when and where. Um, if you're like, I want to be a part of something, and I'm not so much in the position where I can personally organize, or I don't have a foothold in my community well enough yet that I can lead something, then maybe you can hop in on something that's happening near you. So I've put that link into the chat as well. Okay, so we know, according to leaked information, that the next Guilty Gear mode coming out is meant to be a 3v3. Oh, it did pop in the trailer? Okay, that's good.
Duel 1.
Okay, so, um, you had mentioned to me before, obviously your main is May. Elphelt is fun for you, so you've considered putting her on your team. Um, mhm. um, I'm pretty sure the mode will be like 3 separate players, but if it were to be, like you control 3 characters, King of Fighters style, then who would be your third? It's that it's that magic effect where, although Potemkin was, not rated very highly, he kept showing up as top players online or whatever, the top online character. Yeah, I know you put some time in Milia as well.
Duel 3.
It's a few amount of times that you have to guess right. If you're a player of high confidence and you like hard reads, then you can make short work of somebody. And you've got the guts and defense to make some mistakes on the way there. Oh. Oh. This is a very Tokyo Mew Mew color.
Duel 1.
I haven't seen an overhead kiss in a while. Nice, nice. That's also something that someone in the 1800s would say. Actually, they wouldn't, 'cause they'd be dead, but you know. Woo! That rush down going. Grant Sadman.
We've got a newcomer. Are you ready?
Nice.
Here comes
Nice.
Daredevil.
Mhm.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Past Halloween, Wyvern, what are you doing with those colors? You're doing a great job, that's what you're doing. Yeah. Besties. Oh. Killer Whale cock attack.
No, good kid. Slap.
Could be the name of your new album.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Oh yeah. Hi, William. Mhm.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
Mhm. But it sure is fun looking. Froyo, how you doing? Wyvern, save me. Wyvern, please save me.
Jellyfish
Have you?
victory!
May wins.
We're doing okay. Oh, that's an interesting bug. Yeah, we can see Froyo's name, but not the chat comments. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sending links. Let me restate the names of those articles in case anyone, I don't know, goes and watches this VOD. So to give credit where credit's due, when I was talking about the Sega stuff earlier, that's Mariella Moon's article contributed to Engadget titled "Sega Faces Unfair Labor Practice Complaint for Planned Mass Layoff of Union Members." And then the other thing was Samidoun. That's Samidoun. Titled "Calendar of Resistance for Palestine: Events and Actions Around the World." Froyo, we're doing okay.
Everyone together?
Grant's feeling all upped and energized. I was expecting uh to be wiped out today from vaccinations, but change of plans. So no, no. No, that would be awesome. I would love to be like Robokai. I would love to have a billiards player baking boyfriend. Oh no, not that one. One more once. Yeah, thankfully we're hanging in there. We're almost to the weekend, Froyo. Take care of yourself. Treat yourself well. Mm. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that, Froyo. Gotta every now and then you have to do a bit of time theft just for your own sanity, you know, or maybe a lot, maybe all of it. Yeah. Um. You were always the best Smash Brothers player you know until proven otherwise. Um. You need to do the Sakurai method and play two characters at once on two controllers. As a human being capable of real multi-track drifting. Hmm. I watched his video. It was him guest starring with the host of Game Center CX, um, and they're going through a bunch of really formative arcade games, like mostly like shoot 'em up type games. Um, and I think in one of those he once again did the two controller method, where he was trying to control two ships at once. It's ridiculous. They had a very fun setup where they would play the game until someone game overed, and Sakurai was only allowed one life instead of having like whatever the three or whatever you normally have. Heck yes.
We've got it. Are you ready? Here comes Daredevil. Mankind knew that they cannot change society. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Woo. So I'm gonna post the link to the special crossover that Masahiro Sakurai did with Shinya Arino, the host of Game Center CX, also known as Retro Game Master. Really fun stuff. There's a couple episodes to it. There's 3 parts in total. If you love little bits of trivia about old games and things, there's a great set of videos for that. Sakurai has like little strats on, you know, like, oh, if you're playing Space Invaders, then you know, you want to he has specific strategies for like, okay, if you kill the enemies in this certain way, then that keeps you at an advantage. You know, for example, you want to try to be able to you would need to lead your shots on them, and try not to miss any, to not, you know, mess up the order. And you want to take them out, I think, row by row instead of in a column, to because they speed up the more you delete. And so if you start taking some out at the top, then lower sets of them will get closer to you faster, etc. So just really fun. There's some cool games in there too, like Crazy Climber is an arcade game that used 2 sticks where you're kind of controlling your left and right hand of this character reaching to try to climb up windows. And if you're like, wow, that sounds like a very modern kind of, you know, concept, yeah, you know, it's just goes to show there's lots of innovation out in the arcade era. Yeah.
Duel 1.
But if you're there, you're there. Reminds me a little bit of how in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and eventually in Ultimate as well, you'd have these really high execution, you know, characters, but you know, all your top players were good enough to max out that execution anyways, and so you just have these ridiculous matches that, you know, are like, if you're not one hit killing, you're not playing the game right, you know. And so then things thinned down really fast. You know, people found like, all right, these are the characters that, ooh, the roll beat your defense. That cancels the momentum of pushing you back. Holy cow. What would you recommend changing about Happy KO?
Just a regular.
Yeah, Froyo pressure machine. Booba. Put a shirt on that beast.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
His mechanic is that. Yeah. Yeah. You can build an algorithm out of it, yeah. In other fighting game news, Skullgirl's second encore has an update for Marie. Her character is, for the most part, finished and now is in early access. So, like, for example, all her stuff is colored in, so no more line art. She's functional, ready to go. And full release is planned for first quarter of next year. I'm gonna wait until she's fully done before checking it out, but I am looking forward to that, and we'll definitely try to stream it when the time comes. Grand Blue Fantasy Versus they have a subtitle because it's a new version of it, but that now has a free version. So if you're curious and want to try it, then congrats, you can without paying money. You just have to. You're limited on who you can use. You can use main character boy and then one of 3 rotating characters. Having played the game, it's not really my thing, but I would love to hit buttons on it sometime. What was your question? Within the free version? That I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. But I'll have to check it out. Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising. I also know that there's like a dumb little Fall Guys mode with the little chibi models they have for the online lobbies. I think that's also included in the free version, so. Yeah. I think I like some things about Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. Some of the character concepts are cool. Like I think they've made good character picks, not knowing anything about Grand Blue Fantasy. But like looking at the character roster, it's like, yeah, these are good fighting game characters to pick from. But I think that a lot of the characters have shallow movesets, partially because of the trying to do a system where it's like every character has 4 special moves that can be done with these directions, and so trying to kind of, but the League of Legends game also has a lot more swag to it. Skullgirls is, I love it so much. It's practically unplayable at high level. Don't don't get too good at it, or else you'll probably stop having fun. It's that like super high speed anime fighter Marvel 2 bullshit kind of thing at high level. But intermediate level, super fun. Lots of wacky characters, lots of wildly animated normal attacks that feel really good to use. Really good sound effects and voicing, and you can in the form of a magical girl who's been living for a very long time and still can't swear.
Duel 1.
Oh. For some reason, I thought she had been living for generations. I forget. Yeah. hmm But yeah, it's excellent. I am very partial to it because it was one of the first fighting games I really got serious with, and really like felt like I vibed with it, especially hard. Um, so if you ever like, I need a Skullgirls buddy, just let me know. I will gladly sit around and play and talk Skullgirls for hours and hours and hours. Wait, in the form of who? Umbrella is not. Yeah, but that's like. Yeah, I think Umbrella is May and other characters as well. She has so many moves. Every character is like 2 or 3 characters in one. um, yeah, but she also has more than Soul Bad Guy does. You know, she has Virgil's or Dante's round trip from Devil May Cry. You know, like um, ridiculous stuff. But yeah, Froyo, if you ever get into it, if you ever buy it, let me know. It usually goes on sale for very cheap. So, biking? um, yeah. And I'm not the only one who plays Skullgirls. Grant plays it. One of our other friends, Beaver, plays it. You play it fine. You do a great job at Skullgirls. It is.
Brantley.
It's fake. Those videos are fake. They're doctored. I didn't say this.